Hello students, welcome to Reader's Workshop. Today we're going to continue to focus on main idea and theme. Oh, someone wants to go out, give me a minute. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to meet my third kitty. This is Bagheera, right? Like from Jungle Book. Anyway, let me go put him outside and I'll be right back. So as we enjoy the best story, be sure to pay attention to what you think the story is mostly about, and then also what's the lesson or moral of the story, okay? So this book is so fun. It's called The Best Story by Eileen Spinelli, illustrations by Wilsdorf. And on the front, I see a girl with an open white book, and she's got a pencil or a writing, like a pencil in her hand, and it looks like she's thinking. And look at the white pages. There's all different fun characters. There's like a pirate, and maybe like a cowgirl, and someone else from the Wild Wild West. I wonder if she's thinking about those characters. Do you think maybe she's going to write a story? And sure enough, more clues on the back. On the back, you can see a bus filled with all fun animal characters. And there, the girl is concentrating on writing. And that was a monkey, I guess, in that first picture, is flying around with a turnip that's alive. Look. And there's that pirate again. Crazy. Okay, so I wonder if this sounds like it's going to be so fun. The Best Story. Here we go. Here's the title page again. The Best Story. Oh, and there her cat is getting up to some mischief with her writing materials. And here it looks like the little girl's at the library and she's reading a sign. The Red Brick Library was having a contest. Write the best story. Win first prize. First prize was a ride on the Super Duper Looper roller coaster with my favorite author, Anne Miles, who wrote The Runaway Roller Coaster. Wow! First prizes don't get any better than that. Wow. Okay, so there she is looking at the poster, and sure enough it says, the Red Brick Library Contest, write the best story, and win first prize, a ride on the Super Duper Looper roller coaster with Anne Miles, author of The Runaway Roller Coaster. Oh, okay, it looks like she's back at home, maybe thinking, ready to write, and here comes her brother. I think that might be a family member, probably her brother. I ran home, went to my room, shut the door. I sharpened 5 pencils, opened my notebook to a brand new page, and thought. And thought. And thought. And all I could think was this writing stuff was hard and lonely. Maybe I needed help. I told my brother Tim about the contest. The best stories, said my brother Tim, have lots of action. Okay, so she's trying to think about how to start her story. Do you ever feel that way? That it's hard to think of what to write? Oh my gosh, action, said the brother. So I wrote a lot of action into my story. I wrote about a bus hurtling down the highway with no one at the wheel. I added a tornado and a pirate and a great white shark. But the story didn't seem quite right. Oh, look at all the characters in the bus afraid. They're like, oh no. So I asked my dad, and he said, oh, the best stories have plenty of humor. Humor is like funny stuff, right? Humor. So I changed the great white shark to a monkey, and I put the monkey at the wheel of the bus, and I turned the tornado into turnips, and I dressed the pirate in polka dot pajamas. Dad laughed so hard he popped a shirt button. Even so, this story didn't feel quite right either. Oh wow, look, even her cat is laughing. Isn't that cute? Along came Aunt Jane. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I'm writing a story, the best story, for a contest at the library. I can win a roller coaster ride with my favorite author." "Oh, well then," said Aunt Jane, "here's all you need to know. The best stories are the ones that make people cry." Oh, and look at her face. Wow, okay. Let's see. Oh, look, and the cat is chasing after the button from the dad's shirt. So, a story that makes people cry. So, I gave the bus a flat tire. I sent the monkey to the funeral of his pet goldfish. Oh, the monkey's goldfish died. I turned the turnips into onions, right? Onions can make you cry. And I made the pirate chop every one. There were lots of tears. But the story still wasn't right. Oh, wow. Poor gal. Look at all those details she changed. But she's thinking, I don't know. Kitty cat's still having fun. My teenage cousin Annika said, "I have news for you. If it's not romantic, it's a loser." Oh, and look at her. Her cousin's room is filled with romantic things. People kissing on magazines, hearts on the bedspread, people dancing. So she says it needs romance. So the pirate introduced the monkey to his sister Grace, and they fell in love. And I turned the onions into wedding invitations, and everyone lived happily ever after. Finally, my story was ready, so I read it to my family. Look what the cat's doing. Does not look like he's paying attention. "Not enough action," said my brother Tim. Maybe the monkey can fall into the wedding cake. That would make it really funny," said Dad. "Oh, it's hard to cry at a wedding when the groom is a monkey," said Aunt Jane. Annika said it would be perfect if I added a kiss. In all this time, my mother hadn't said a word. Oh, look, the mom's on the sofa. She hadn't said anything. So I asked her, "What do you think is the best story?" She gave me a hug. "I think the best story is one that comes from the heart, your own heart." Oh, isn't that nice? Oops. That night, after supper, I looked into my own heart and rewrote my story. No more monkey, no more pirate, no more wedding invitations, no more happily ever after. Oh, so they're all gone, and there she is. She looks happy with what she's writing. My new best story is about my family and my two best friends, Tara and Josh. It's about my cat, Ollie, who sleeps on his back, and snow days, and toast with strawberry jam. It's about fireworks and rainbows and bike rides. Wow. So these are all the details of her life. It's like every one is a small moment. Each one of those could be a small moment story. Look at all that. My biggest problem was keeping the story short. Once I started pulling things out of my heart, it was hard to stop. When my story was finished, I turned it in to the judges. So she's taking it to the library. Maybe I'll win that roller coaster ride with Ann Miles, and maybe I won't. Either way, I'll be happy. I'll be a winner, because the story I wrote is my own, not somebody else's, and that makes it the best. Okay, so I gotta do something at the end of a book, and what I'm gonna do is have us think about this. So the main idea, what was the story mostly about? What was it mostly about? it was mostly about the girl, right? Writing her story, being stuck, having trouble finding an idea, but then taking advice from everybody, doing what everybody else said to do. And did that work out? Not so much, right? Okay, so it was mostly about her ending up writing her own story, right? Now, what's the lesson? What's the moral of the story? What is the moral of the story? I gotta think. Was it working when she was doing what her family said to do? That she should put in action and humor and drama and romance? Was that the answer? To do what everybody else said to do? And to write also super fantastical stories, like with so much imagination, they were like crazy. Like the stories kind of almost didn't make sense, right? They were so wild. Was that making a good story? No. Interestingly, in the end, her mom pointed out, and it turned out to be true, that the best story was a story that really came from her heart, from her own experience. And then I love, this is my favorite page of all, because it just shows all the different things in her life that made stories, right? That made stories. And I want you to make a connection to Writer's Workshop. So most of you are working on maybe your last small moment, because after this we're going to go on and do a different kind of writing, or maybe you're just going to take up and start one new last small moment. So I want you to think about this and make a connection to what your next small moment's going to be. I'll see you later. Bye.